Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We go deep into how the hell can we amplify ascension of our individual self as well as the planet, bring us out of suffering, various types of strains and limitations and blocks as we go. So, hope everyone's ready for this fantastic time we're gonna have. Yeah, and going deep today. So yeah, feel free to comment, questions and stuff. But yeah. Thanks for coming, Chrissy. Yeah, the background, it's like with the rainbow body concept with Padmas and Baba. It's like one of the first yogis and reincarnating, kind of like Buddhists. So how to ascend and get higher in your path and growth. We're gonna be going into today and reading new things. I like reading new things. So if anyone wants to go into it, now's your chance. Also, yeah, for those that want to go into the individual things and what they got holding on to and anchoring them down, slowing down their ascension, as well as what paths to amplify ascending. Yeah, feel free to donate to my PayPal, sonicleague@gmail.com, and I'll go in order through those people. But so yeah, the sooner you donate, the faster in line you're going to be for your reading. I'll bring that out quick, but I do want to kind of go into like concepts for ascending as well that most people don't know. So yeah, there's a lot of different belief systems in ascending. Feel free to kind of type a little bit about what you guys think ascending means. To me, based on what I've read about it, seen evidence, etc., it appears so there's individual and cosmic bodies. So that is like a group concept altogether in the raising. So when I'm talking about it, it mostly applies to the individual personally because you don't have to wait for the whole planet for you on your ascending path. And it mostly means that a lot of people here on this planet, unless you are because there's a lot going on this planet. The samsara, the cycle, this realm. There's a lot. There's like Earth has billions of realms. Each are like different. There's like lighter realms that have the VIP clubs and management and beings of authority and that have earned it, and middle realms such as this that have different purposes. And the quarantine realms that also have prison and hellish realms for invaders be put, so they go through karmic remedy and be put through like a learning process of lessons to turn their vices and virtues. This one's like a melting pot of a lot of things all at once. So it's definitely not just one thing, and a lot of different species don't have the whole picture of it. And each individual will have different perceptions. So it's good to hear everyone's perception on things and what they've experienced and how things have gone about. And our first donator, we'll go into like who's here since Chrissy's here. Yeah, I'll help you with your reading what's going down with your ascension and seeing what I can do to amplify it in speed. So yeah, again, people can donate, and the PayPal is right in the screen. Psionicleague@gmail.com, and I'll see what I can do for everyone. I'll go into a little bit about ascending. So you can like read into your records, like the Akashic records and soul path and past lives and stuff. And you can ask, like, have you, because the process for ascension here is there's a lot more going on than most places. And you can like read, have you ascended before? A lot of people have that are visiting here because it's not fun to be here. It takes brave beings, and there's a lot of purpose for doing it. Hey, Ascending Starseed, good to see your name here, and that's perfect with you. Uh, Thanks for coming, Fred and Kathy. Thanks, and Sarah. Yeah, love it. Yeah, I got my big ass giant white hat on. Yeah, the rainbow body, which people can reach. And there's like works like the from Padmason Baba's. He has a few books out. I think Garland of Views or something. What was it? I read it. It was super profound. It's hard to get everything grasped, but you're going to have to reread it. But the concepts are really beautiful. So there's some people out there in our history that have done things that you can learn from, and it's beautiful. But so fair. Besides like the beings that are in prison here, like Earth is a root chakra in for the multiverse in taking down a large amount of the evils throughout the multiverse and compressing them down here to be resolved because Earth can handle it. And then, but they usually would be stored in like quarantine realms because Earth has some of the biggest quarantine prison realms in capacity. Also, Saturn has a lot of really big ones. So some of the most badass and resilient planets in the solar system. Thank you. Yeah. And so some beings are forced to be here, and some people volunteer. A lot of volunteers are usually beings that are brave to do so, and they have a purpose for coming here, such as saving their world or species or something going on here, or getting into the game and ascending. Like what's worth a list of worthwhile things for coming here, dealing with the meat grinder of the world. Yeah, it's a big thing. So yeah, we're gonna break down some cool concepts going into this. That should be fun. Let me see, because there's a lot of things that don't want this information out. There's a lot of things trying to hold back the ascension of the planet, which is one of the macro goals. Besides, like as an individual, you rising back into yourself in ascending. The bodhisattva path of you're not fully done until the whole of our species is gone through ascending. So you can like look into things in your history and like, oh, what's going on? Like for me, I've ascended before, and a bunch of people I know that have been brave, that are powerful spirits. I've ascended before on other planets. It's easier to do it there. Some have even ascended on this planet before, especially when the rules were a little easier, I'd say. And there's a lot less of a weight coming down on us, which has increased with the fall of Atlantis. And then our goal to retake the planet for the light, and just deconstruct the negative system and the cabal and the ascension aspects. So you can like look at what you can ask your body, like, what's your path now? Is it to just ascend as an individual, or have you done that before? Like personally, every time I ask myself, it's already done. The whole ascending thing by myself. So I'm for some, which is a little bit of pain in the ass, like asking yourself that, and it's like, oh, no, you gotta wait, you gotta make it so that you gotta help. You gotta spend a bunch of time divesting and dealing with attachment and the the suffering of the world and help everyone. It's a little like, oh no, really? Like, and I honestly want to keep asking. It's just to make sure, like, no, I can't really just go within and make myself amazing and go back to, yeah. So sometimes if you've done it before a bunch, then you're looking for the next level of difficulty. Yeah. So yeah, it's a little frustrating. So some of you might read that for them, and I will read that in your readings. So feel free to donate in the PayPal, and then I'll go into like what you're working on currently and what's the fastest like focuses. And I'll give you some examples with some of the people that donate. But yeah, so you got to deal with what's pulling us down, as well. You can compare your strategy on other planets that you've done and what was your path. And this is going to be super interesting for people, and it's one of the best things to focus on in this world, because spiritual and soul stuff, you keep past life, you give up all your resources. And I know a lot of people like the abundance shows I do, but like this is the stuff to focus on, because this is the real abundance that you keep through lives. But I understand people need to have stuff to help support them in this life so they can focus on other things. So yeah, you can look at like what you've done in a spectrum in other lives. If you've ascended on this planet before, if you've ascended on other planets, the strategy there, what you'd have to do in adjusting the strategy this life, your practices, routine, what's your blocks, what's anchoring you down currently. Yeah, we're going to go into all that. And yeah, so there's internal events. This is what I mostly recommend people focus on, as well as the Bodhisattva path, how to ascend while helping pull up the earth, and then the focusing on the earth itself and her wounded state of being coming out of like near coma, and weird timeline shifts that kind of because it's kind of like healing through time and making things not exist anymore. So it was way worse before, into what could have happened that was still a wound that was maintained by something until it went away, and then a better seamless timeline, which is interesting. And a month or so ago, I never got a ring. Want to do that now? Yeah, Kelly. Sure. Where'd you donate? Which was it? This PayPal? Because I didn't see it. I think I know. I think we mentioned this before. Just remind me of it, and then we can like when you did, and I'll check up on it, and then yeah, we can do it this time if you want. Sure. And you can put in the comments what in any particular direction you wanted to go with it, or otherwise I'll just do it on Ascension. And there's like a speeding pathway, because this earth and this human body has like a large amount of ascension tech, and this is like a big evolutionary burst or growth, which you could it includes dimensionality, but it's not the only thing. It goes into perception, consciousness, expansion, mind, growth, some things that we haven't fully defined well enough that I'll try to see what I can do, and then all these aspects and pathways. And there are things holding back its optimum growth for yourself and the earth, and that's our goal today. So we're gonna help things along so everything speeds up in growth, which makes a lot of problems just disappear, which is why it's one of the core things to work on, which is why I love it. So yeah, we'll go into that. So for Chrissy, let's kind of like focus on some things, and if she wanted anything in particular, feel free to comment about it. Okay. It wants past life card for you, and then I'm gonna tune into new things and things I've tuned into before, and things for you that your guides want you to know about. Okay. Ooh, is this true? Okay, interesting. Okay, the card that wanted you to see it was unrequited love. So we'll see what that means. You can guess in the comments as well while we're working on it. And how is that going to help you with Ascension? Now, what I'm reading for Chrissy. Well, I'll show you some of the concepts of what's anchoring you down, and then I'll go into like more and more concepts. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you got the. How many people have this? I think everyone. It looks like there's like these 20 aspects of dissension that are pulling people down, and it's slowing people's ascension sometimes to where if there's enough of it, it's instead of like any given point in time, you can like read, am I ascending? Like you're going up back to yourself, a state of being you were previously before you were weighted down in this body. A lot of people have been higher dimensional beings and then stepped a little bit of their toe into it, or try to get more of their consciousness into the body, etc. And it's dealing with all these heavinesses that are pushing us down, because there's a lot with this earth. You can even go into the human DNA experiment, especially when big invasions happen with the earth. It also happened to our DNA that dropped us down and then affected a lot of higher dimensional beings and forced falling, which is one of the aspects of the layers of fallen angels. Some are like by choice, doing evil action, breeding with humans. Not always the cause of descending, but yeah, some descending down to the earth physically, but they can leave. Some can't. Some adding their genetics to us, and then there being an invasion, and then a bunch of devils and other evil shit adding or infiltrating the genetics, and then that pulling them down. So that's like one of the ways. There's a few more too. Besides like the description of some people call humans like fallen angels, which is kind of true, and it's more true, especially depending on what kind of spirit you are. Doesn't necessarily mean you're an evil being, though. In the requirement of being in 3D and this human body and in a rough and tumbled, violated, wounded reality that had to have a whole bunch of survivalist egos holding it up all together while we're healing those egoic big balls that are passed down through our genetics and soul until everything feels safer, and then the higher self can flourish and come out as the lower self resolves itself. So okay, so I'll name one of the bigger ones. Yeah, okay, we'll do one at a time. So one of the things holding you down is, should I do that one first, or is it something else? Okay. Okay, so there's an ascension body. It's centered in the heart, and there are over 100 layers of it that needs to be cleared out of all attachment and things anchoring to it to limit its productivity. So a lot of people are dealing with that. So I recommend holding your heart, going inward. You can hold down your palm chakra while like the whole time while either hugging yourself or holding the front and back of your heart and going inward. And you're like letting go of these layers of attachment and false self, and going to your true, already existing, infinite. Again, there's that in the text, like with Padmes and blah blah. It's like really hard to define this concept that's beyond being. which is like kind of like with everything infinite. But you'd be on a pathway of letting go of everything that's the opposite of that. That's already held. Because if you're not already that, then you probably have the other stuff, and you gotta let go of it and purify it. Attachment. Okay. Then there's the Ascension body, which is it's centered in the root chakra, and it's like a pulling down force. You can see this as like a hot air balloon. There's things inside you can erupt like a fire, especially the spirit and the soul, the heart and the solar plexus, that amplify the fire that allows you to, in levity, to go higher and higher. And there's also like it's like a helium kind of concept. And then there's the stuff that's holding you down, like the sandbags, and those you want to let go of, because it's either there's like I'd say like it's split into three fairly equally. Seems like a system to it, based on a tug of war between multiple beings that have, the goals of helping others or hindering others, or neutrality, where maybe like around, give or take, 30% of people are descending, 30% of people are neutral, because they have both pull and push, pull down and ascending forces at once, and then some people that are ascending at varying degrees of strength, based on their pathway and what they're doing in lessons and other stuff. So yeah, we can read that. So I'll kind of like, don't want to trigger anyone, but I'll be kind of like brutally honest with people on what I read with them. I'd say Chrissy is ascending, but like it's slowed. But it's still going. So I'm probably going to be assuming that the people that listen to me are likely mostly ascending. But I'll tell you if you're not. And what that means, both internally and the environment around you, has an effect on this. The earth, as well as the sun, and this like cascade relays of light that goes from source of all to like fractals of it down to the universe, galaxy, and the star clusters, and the sun, and then to earth. That's, people talk about like the solar flash and ascending, like, oh, it's in the event is going to happen. I think that can exist, and people have experienced that on other planets. But there's intelligence that goes along with the process. The sun's intelligent, Earth is intelligent. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, a lot of people are just going to die, or they don't just want people to die. There's like a whole growth process, and there's a lot of different flashes of solar activity that the sun can emit that don't have to kill people. But some people, just fade out in certain ways from enough heaviness building up in their life that they haven't paid enough attention to, and they may not like put enough effort or not fully want to be here, so they end up going, unfortunately. So for everyone, so you all have dissension bodies, which is going to be a container in a filing system in your being that centers in the root chakra, that will have different things anchoring you down. Now this includes certain aspects, but you can make this completely clear and not have anything pulling you down. But there's also different psionic tech being used against people on the planet and the collective consciousness, that as you go through this, you'll all have tech to overcome it. So let's go through a few of them. So one aspect will be in the dissension body, there will probably be entities attached to it. And you want to learn how to either banish them, clear them, purify them, capture them, send them to quarantine realms, depossess them, or something like that. If you don't know how to do that, you can reach out to me. I can help you with that, and I can teach you all these abilities. But that's one of the layers. Now, there'll also be a cascading energy of corruption. Which you're going to have to gain access to anti-corruption and cure energy. And then quarantine around it and compress it out of your reality, which I can do for people again if they need me to. I may do some stuff for Chrissy just for this stuff if she wants, but depending on what she wants me to focus on. Okay. Thank you, Kelly. I'll look your thing up. Did you send it to the PayPal on my screen, the sonically@gmail.com, or did you? I think you sent it to my other one, right? The sn_bond@yahoo.com. Is that? Because I'll look. Hey, Littles. Hey, Legendary Super Saiyan. Nice name. Okay. Anyway, so then there's so this is what I found in me as an example. So a lot of this comes from the fall of Atlantis. This is like being imprinted and attached and implanted in people. All of the fall of Atlantis, all different types of souls. I'm pretty much sure everyone on the planet, because it wants to stop everyone from ascending. It's one of the core things that's a threat to the dark side. This is why, the ascending process is really powerful. Sometimes they'll put an imprisoned dark being inside the person that's maybe force implanted or could have been fucking with them and they had to imprison it in themselves because nothing else can hold it, and then figure out what to do with it. Which I'm not reading that aspect is so much with this type, but I've seen that with a lot of people from the fall of Atlantis especially. Okay, yeah. So thank you. Okay, yeah, I'll do a reading for you, Kelly. Don't worry. Thanks. Then, yeah, sometimes there's also, there's an imprisoned being in people. Sometimes there's sealed beings in people. So if you got these things, I can get rid of those for you guys. I can resolve the sealing so it goes to a quarantine realm and it's not in your body. And sometimes there's some type of hybridized evil dissension matrices that are in it, as well as implanted beings themselves. For Chrissy, do you want me to get rid of these for you? As I can. Unless you want me to move on to something else and you try to eventually learn all those abilities to resolve those things. Let me know in the comments. Then I'll read a little something on your path and stuff. And then I'll finish with your card. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Unity, truth, unity, truth, and empowerment seem to be coming up for you, Chrissy, as like big pathways. So a lot into that spectrum will all like work towards points of elevation. What's that? Okay, yeah, I can resolve that for you. Let's see, how many do you have? All of them. How many people have all these? Because I usually don't see sealed beings in everyone. I guess everyone. Damn. Fuck. Okay, well, it's just like another way that can make you stronger, and you can gain the ability to overcome and release these blocks. But yeah, eventually I'll have to figure out like core solutions so that this resolves for the whole collective, so less of these kind of exist in reality. And if I can get rid of all of them, that'd be great. Or anyone out there can try to do this too, but it takes bravery, right? So, thank you for your service. Oso que nehegi zeteretingre desanatos. Ve samukud vene sivete osugum. Ve hazish en heveto omokwa ezesh inge sede hatahatasu kimehatas. Desike atahatasonodoshike ados inge shirai singre. Okay, cool. Sending a bunch of the things that were planted in you to a place that can hold them and then resolve them over time. Now, is there anything? 1, 2, 3. You do. Okay, what would that be? Plus. Okay, so you'd be turning corruption energy into the what is it? Some energy that's like the word that's the opposite of corruption. What is that? It's like spreading goodness kind of thing. It seems you earn that energy is what it's going to be turned into, and then the beings are going to pay off their debt by amplifying your ascension. So that's some cool things that you gain from like turning the curses into blessings, I'm just going to go through it real quick. Yeah, and again, people can donate to my PayPal at Science, if they want to get in line for a reading. Oh yeah, so I can also read that too. So for Chrissy, you've sent it a bunch of times. So don't let anything limit you that I say. It's what I'm allowed to see. So what I'm allowed to see is you've ascended one time on this planet, and then a bunch of times in other places. Time period, and let's also translate into meaning what that means too, because it's coming up what that comes up as, because there's probably a bunch of different ways that happens and pathways into that. And I like looking into this stuff. How's that work? Okay. Okay, and that would be 1, 1, 2, 3. There's, how's that work? Okay, after like a Lemurian fall, like the asteroid hitting period kind of thing, it looks like in the process of resolving things and healing and doing one. Yeah, it's like helping others is the pathway you did it. It's like healing and supporting stuff, and it's like doing a lot of missions. And is it? I'm trying to check all formats. Interesting. And this is in, it's like a light density. Like high light density increase. Manifest your body elsewhere. And so, okay, is that how mythos? Not so much. Okay, because it's having to do with Lemuria. Yeah. So your, is it? One, two, three. Five, six. Okay, you're rising up dimensionally, density wise. Yep, looks like that covers it. And it's based on accumulated light and letting go of weights that hold you down. So it seems to like go into a raising of frequency automatically in a high level that goes along with it. And it seems to be along with the time of like when you're done being here and you don't return here in that form, go to other place. That's somewhat heavenly-ish, but not like a heaven. It means heavenly-ish, and it has a lot of things, but it's a dimension. Okay. Yeah, from the one that represents for Earth here. Interesting. And other planets, very similar things you did. One, truth is more of a thing in Ascension if the place that's in remembering, like if you have amnesia, unless you've never known it before, which still is like a big thing. It's mostly with helping the place you're at, and setting up everything in the body you're in to be strong and safe and protected enough to build what you need is the similarities going along with your ascension on other places. Let's see on that too. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Nice. That's 26 times on 3 other planets. Especially one planet, you seem to do it over and over again. What's the reason for that? Interesting. No. It seems to be where the planet needed a lot of help, similar to this one. So you did it a bunch of times there. It's like setting up a big avatar version of yourself that helps the planet, and it holds up a big weight for the planet, and then mines for growth and making everything better. And I'm looking for there's other aspects to it too. a little bit of a different pathway each time. Let me just make sure on that. Yeah. So you're exploring Ascension in a greater way of like all the ways you can kind of do it a little differently, it looks like. Interesting. So much to uncover, right, with this topic. Oof. And we can definitely, of course, go more into that. Kindness and helping others is your big pathway. And on this planet is that plus truth plus empowerment. Okay, so we'll go further into that more in detail with other people as well. Gonna look into your unrequited love. What does that mean? Mm. One. Anything else? Something to do with like really powerful. I guess this should be a new term, but I feel like it exists. But I guess it could apply to twin flame, but I don't really super enjoy the different that there's a whole bunch of different definitions people have for twin flame, and I don't exactly agree with them all. Though you know, they're concepts of it. Yeah, absolutely. Now seeing if that applies. Yeah, yeah. It looks like one of your top oldest, like born in soul around the same time as you, kind of match soul branch of multiple incarnations of itself, that you would do well in amplifying each other's ascension. Uh, there's a lot of blocks on you meeting each other, and keeping you away from each other to a high level. That's like trying to stop you from being able to telepathically communicate, see if it's all that. And even keeping your higher self and source from interacting with them. Now let me look at that level 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You might not even know where they are. They seem to be super camouflaged, but you know, powerful beings usually are. But like you have methods of getting around that to meet up, but they're not working. So that's interesting. So yeah, and I can. So I'd recommend keeping that pin in that, and if you want to go further into that's, I might do like a love reuniting kind of show. People might be interested in that. You can leave in the comments if you're interested in that kind of concept. That is like a big, like heartbreaking thing for people. There's like a missing feeling in themselves for that kind of thing, to reunite with loved ones, which is beautiful. I definitely want to help with that. There's a dark system keeping people away from each other. So I don't want to be existing anymore. Okay, so it's telling you to do that. So I'm going to look at who else donated, but if you can bring that up later to me if you want to go further into that kind of concept. But yeah, feeling the good vibes from this already, and the good effect of this show. So I'm glad. can help people in some way. So also got Sarah donating. I'll look at Kelly because I don't want her to wait anymore. And then I'll do Sarah, and Sarah says, Ascension for me is being present most of the time. I'm not sure if it's right or not. Presence. It's a good point. Let's see. Meditation in general and entering a state of lightness in any focus you have amplifies it. Though it may not be the incredibly fast route, it does work. I'm reading. And what are you present with? The present moment, the center. That's towards the pathway of transcending time and fraud, time and limitation, and the things that are quarantining all aspects of time. So if you're in that, then yeah, even that's even better. Though that takes kind of a bit of time, and you kind of your goal is to transcend time. So it's you can make it go faster. It's just there's like kind of eureka moments in your center and your kind of stance and like what your breath work and all this kind of other stuff you can do to amplify that intention. But yes, you can do that through being present. And that's a cultivation thing. And you do that until you feel comfortable and being able to maintain that all the time. And then you can move on to another thing to cultivate, which is, yes, true. Good. Okay, so I'll go into Kelly. But yeah, Chrissy, you want to, apparently it's a good thing to focus on that Ascension partner, I guess I could say. Oh, God, I'll play around with words for this. Top ascending partner, maybe. I don't know, something like that. It would be good to look towards. Okay, so Kelly, let's look into her stuff a little bit. Feel free to tell me if you want me to focus on anything, Kelly, particularly. Otherwise, I'll just go into Ascension stuff. 1, 2, okay. Yep. Once the universe wants you to have joke cards. Interesting. Is that really it? My God, the things that we're doing in the show. Okay. Yes, apparently these cards will somehow give you ascension tips. Okay, so somehow what's going to help you ascend is an interracial handshake. So you guys can guess what the hell this means. There's some type of hint in these things. It's always going to be everything in the card. And sudden poop explosion disease is somehow going to help you with ascension. So we'll feel free to guess in the comments, and I'll answer later. All right. So going into things further as well. Now, again, people can ask me to do things for them if they don't want me to do, if they don't want to do that themselves, or don't want to wait and learning all the abilities themselves. So I'll ask them that, but I'll do one of the things that are brought up in each one of these. Okay, so one of the things pulling you down in dissension is yep. I think this definitely applies to everyone. So people can listen to stuff and see that they probably have it in them. Likely, very likely. Your lower self, which includes a lot of things like the ego, the shadow, the evil container, and all these containers of different types of energies. Let's see here. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, you got that. Okay, so there's like 10,000 types of negative energy that's in that are compressed in different aspects of your lower self that are pulling you down. So I'm gonna, if you want, I can help you with that. You can feel free to comment on resolving that. Otherwise, I'll move on. So feel free to comment if you want me to help with that. And I'm reading into your. Oh, yeah, she wants me to help in remembering. Okay. Oh, and she does want me to help with that. Okay. Do a little work on that. Click on that. Okay, we'll go into like C, because remembering is a big thing. That's part of the truth pathway. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this is there's like a body system towards containing the wounds or quarantine the energy. And so none of it's transmutable. Can I? No. What? A lot of it has to be destroyed. She is a high level type. Mr. Parasitic energies combine. Okay. Immunity, and I'll help her master in opposites. So we're gonna go around that. Otahike se vono hodo suku de se jeo no suku do sukunde de ere sere hana suku dasadish ena dasada kuda inge hata sude vrata ete ahakaha singeheha mus mode tahate satashi he hata suhana ye hati akata sukuto. Okay. Nesegiata sukutashin eve hata sukuraha jiata esinmeha. Okay, that's gonna take a fair amount of minutes, but that's going now. Cool. And let's look at this. For remembering and truth, it will also, okay, I'll do two aspects. So one goes into your concepts of what you've done. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And again, don't let this limit you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if you ascended before on 5 of our other planets, 1 on each. 1, 9, and it mostly goes in the pathways of empowerment. Mm. Mm. And it's kind of like understanding Psionic's magic and knowing is like the pathway of how the physics work and making it so is your pathway. So knowing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, you're helping those planets, so you gained a bunch of stuff from that. And there's like these big versions of yourself. Let's see how those work. Yeah, they still exist. Same with Chrissy's. So you can communicate with them and get wisdom and integrate, and that helps a lot. Now, with this pathway for this life, if you want to do this life, I'm just going to assume people that show up to this this call, this Zoom, this show, that they want to do this life. So, okay, it goes into. Interesting. So she'll have to do the pathway that's one she's done before with the empowerment and the Psionics magic knowing concept, while also going into immunity. Yep. So that goes into the understanding of what's holding you back and becoming immune to it. Dissension. So it's like immunity of dissension. As well, love. So those are the pathways being shown to you that work well for you. Now for remembering, what would be the top best thing to remember for her to remember that amplifies Ascension? Okay, this is a little bit going to be hard to translate, so bear with me as I spend some time on this. Interesting. And interesting. It goes back to one of the times you ascended in an event. It looks like it goes to a high degree of light, um, you know, being with you, in you, kind of thing. And it's like going very deep in meditation. That day you did it. 1, 2, 3. It looks like you did it for 3 hours, and you had a bunch of buildup to get to the framework and concept and mindset. The probably maybe like I'd say, well, do you do it every day, or because that's it's gonna be kind of, excuse me, hard to kind of measure. Let me see. Consistency, not very good. Okay, how about if it was condensed? Interesting. So it was like the equivalent of like 21 years, but you didn't do it consistently every day. Let's say if it was like every day, how long would that have been? Like 2 years around. And now, if you are a super meditator and meditated a fuck ton that entire day, let's, how much would that be good? Maybe like, how about 8 hours? Maybe 3 months. But that's kind of like, I'm just kind of measuring it a little bit. So the concept that you were reaching into was, it seems that the amount of light needed to ascend was already in you, and you had to dissolve illusions and false beliefs and anchors of knowing and concepts, layer by layer, that came with a weight that you could feel, and it gets lighter. And you realize that in the last of the 10 years with that, but then honed in on it pretty highly um, the last year, and then a little on and off for 5 years, kind of like before the end. This is, because not everyone meditates the same. So that's an interesting concept. So it's like going beyond, transcending illusion of reality and perception, and what is appears to be like, what is truth too. So it goes into knowingness. Interesting. Okay, so now your interracial handshake goes to interracial, points to you. It looks like internally in your DNA you have a bunch of tech inherited through multiple lineages of DNA that can amplify ascension. Beautiful. DNA lineages that amplify ascension, especially one big one. Micro for like 20 inside you, but one big one. Looks like an angel. So yeah, look into that, and then contact them and see if you can have a conversation and then amplify towards ascension. The other one's pointing to poop, sudden poop explosion disease. It's okay. Yeah, you can use your excretory system to amplify releasing what's holding back your ascension, like in descension. So it looks like you can release all of that, which makes sense. Okay. So I hope that helps. Now I'm gonna do Sarah. Thank you for the $30. Let's see here. Yep. Yeah, being present. Sarah, did you want to go into more depth? And then people can donate again before I end the show or whatever, to sonicleague@gmail.com. If you want an ascension reading on how to amplify your ascending pathway and speed. Yeah, we're doing some good work here, it looks like. Okay, yeah, and then after Sarah, we have James. James, you're currently the highest donator with 33.3. So you will get a little ascension upgrade at the end of the show if you're the top donator. People, you still have a chance to outbid him in what he sent, 33. 33. $33.33. What he donated. To open up blockages is what he wants as well. Okay, so Sarah, I'm going to go deeper into you. Let's see here. Yours wanted space cards. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Read why and what they want. Hello, Karina. Thanks for coming. Oh, interesting. Cards Sarah pulled. One is real experience. Your experience was real and true. Let's see what that means too. Another one, which I haven't pulled before much with other people. We'll see if what it hones on specifically, but it says Archons. You are being attacked in your dreams, which Archons sometimes do that. It's not exactly what I would frame as their thing, though they do that. They're like matrix management. Okay, so for Sarah, you can guess in what the Archons and real experience could be, and I'll answer that too. But okay, the thing that's one of the things holding you down. Yeah, wounds. So if you want, I can resolve that for you as it's holding you down, especially to your soul and spirit. Yeah, so I'll send you clearing if you want. Just say it in the comments for your. I'll help you heal the wounds for that are adding to a pull down on your ascension. Thanks for the compliment, Jilin. Appreciate you. Yeah. Okay. So Sarah, I'm gonna heal the wounds. Oh yeah. Oh, Lovely. So that's commencing. You'll be rained down on with healing and repair energy. Okay. So yeah, going more into what I read with you. Your past one. Then I'll look into some other cool concepts. One. Okay, and again, don't let me limit you with what I'm seeing. It's what I'm allowed to see. Because it does look like you have camouflage on you. Interesting. Okay, it looks like you've ascended before on this planet. Looks like in this realm, before before Lemurian fall. And your pathway. Interesting. How did you do that? No? What? Okay, interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of pathways differently for people. Um, uh, it looks like you did it through frequency. Now, there's a bunch of images coming to my mind. I just got to compare them with what happened to you. Okay, what's the form you're in? Okay, where did the wounding happen? Yeah. Okay. And you evolved to what? It's like between, back when seventh dimension for Earth on the plane was happening, and you went to eighth. Yeah, density and dimension. And it's like what you're emitting in your body is such an intense frequency, it adds to the song of Earth in what is building her frequency and making it stronger and harmonic, abundant in tone, and there's a lot of musical terms coming out of it. It's like better all around in a musical kind of sense, a frequency orchestra of the weaving of the universe. Interesting. Intensity. Let's see. Learned the very sonic tech of raising your frequency itself, like controlling it. Did you know that before? Certain percentages. Okay, before that life. Nope, most of it in percentage you learned that life. Interesting. 1, 2. Most of it from different tech in your heart. Looks like that's the frequency master control. Okay. There's a bunch of different aspects of it that you had to learn to where you synced up with that other higher dimension. It's like matching it. Interesting. Yep. So it's like light imploding into yourself in this where you were, and then going to that higher place. Interesting. Okay. Frequency 9 plus 1. Has to do with frequency generation and matching. Matching a target. Now, were you focused on that? No. Were you? Yeah, you kind of knew what you were doing. Okay, so what were the hints you had? Nine plus. It's you're cultivating as if everything was a divine perfection and getting even better as well. Everything perfect and getting better. And like holding that to a high intensity with such faith and no doubt. And it was part of your process was releasing the doubt. So it seems to be with a meditation too, and going within focus, and then high intensity breath work. That's how you did it. Breath work for raising frequency. Nice. We'll have to translate all this stuff. Whew. Feeling the good energy with this. Okay. I'm gonna look for 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got some cool little pearls of wisdom things. I'm gonna see what I can do translating it. Okay, optimal timelines. So it did want me to go into that. Okay, so optimal timeline Let's see in the future. Okay, so let's see if there's a timeline in the future where you ascended. Is there for this life? Yes. Yes. Wow. Cool. 9, 10. Yep. That's lovely. It looks like everyone. How many people on the planet hold this potential? Everyone. Wow. We can also go into like Earth stuff too, and especially if anyone's like um, selfless, they can ask for Earth stuff, and then we'll get to that. But I believe if everyone focuses on themselves too, that does a big thing. Especially you can do the same equivalent thing for Earth, can be applied in a lot of ways. Hmm. And your timeline where it's successful. Okay. A lot of things done. Okay. So timeline in future successful ascension. Big thing that I can read people, and they can also ask for in the comment. If you donate, you can ask for that specifically. It'll be in the sanfleet@gmail.com PayPal. Okay. Uh, this is how many things did you have to do? That's the difference between now and then to get to. Uh, 211 things. Now let's. A bunch of them can be grouped together. It looks like into single thing, kind of like subjects. So don't let that overwhelm you. Yeah, it's like 3 subjects and 90% in one subject. Let's see how we can kind of divide those. And then interesting. Yeah, people are gonna have to deal with a lot more things in this time period if you want to ascend. So this is lovely, just like decoding all this stuff with you guys. So it goes to 9. So 209 things in one subject. Again, then 3 types of subjects. See how that works. No. Okay. Okay, one layer is resolving the dissension bodies, tech. Another layer is how much is that done? Another layer is resolving the soul. Okay, I'm just going to put all this down for people later. 3 sub dissension. Soul healing, repair, empowerment. Repair, empowerment. This third layer, since there's like 209 steps, what could that be? Okay. So, anything else? So literal staircase. Interesting. And each step is a bit of a thing. So you can't just like keep walking. Each step is a thing that you have to like master. And this is in the Ascension body meditation vision quest. Okay. Ascension body vision quest, going inward. Uh-huh. You just get all the definition for this. Staircase, school, meditation inward. Truth and cultivation. Anything else? Ascension cultivation. And yours is 209 steps. I will see if that's different for other people. I think it is. Yeah, it looks like. So I'll look at other people's numbers for that too, and see if there's like a pattern or reason and concept to it. Maybe if you already gone through some of the steps and lessons kind of thing. So you have to go inward and step up the staircase, and then it's like it embodies to a whole room. It looks like with a lesson. Let's go through one of them. Okay, I have this too, but I'd have to. I'm reading it for you. What's your next step? Anything else? One. Is it just for that though? Okay. So this layer and is how much? Okay. Anything else? It looks like this step is mastered through healing. So it's showing me like a hospital and wounds and things to heal. So it wants you to go into that. There's like a lot of different aspects of yourself in your physical body and um, body tech and spiritual to repair, especially 1, 2, 5 things. So physical body, soul, spirit, source, and what is that? Your ascension body itself. Yeah, so those are the things you got to heal. into completion, and then you elevate to the next step. So that's interesting how that works. And so not everyone's on the same step. Maybe some people have done that already. I doubt it with a lot of people. So though it kind of wants you to do things in order, but you don't have to, it looks like. What? Let me just read that, for instance. If you already did a different step, what happens? It looks like it's like if the staircase, it doesn't recommend you do it out of order, but you can. It doesn't really mind. It seems to be faster if you do it in order. If you don't, then it's just like, okay, it will be a little bit longer, but it's like taking a step out of the staircase, and it like shortens how many steps to your goal, it looks like. So yeah, it's fine. Okay, so real experiences, what does that point to? Okay, and by what? There's some secrets around here. Ah, 1, 2. Okay, is this? Hmm. Huh. Okay, some deity is visiting you, like a, or well, deified being that does have a mythos. It's added its light body DNA to you at birth. Seems to be soul family. There's a lot of secrets around it, but it visited you, took you somewhere for a bit of time, taught you a bunch of things. It's like a soul part and a bunch of ability activations. Taught you some processes, how to speed up what it wants you to get to. It's like knows you and wants you to get back to a higher place. So it's teaching you some secrets. One, seems through the DNA lineage it granted you. One, two. There's a bit of a school. And a meditation cultivation that would amplify the speed of you going through the process and make it more easy for it just to unfold in your mind. So it wants you to initiate. Looks like it needs a lot of your permission. So you'll have to want to initiate that DNA lineage to come to full fruition. And a lot of messages asking permission to initiate that. And yeah, that seems to amplify the experience. But you were visited by a deity of some type. Archons, what's that? Ooh. Yeah, they're trying to hold back your ascension. On what method? Ninety-one two. Interesting. Yeah. So they don't like you. Why? Looks like you're a threat to them. Even in the pathway to ascension, you're a threat to them. At least this fractal branch of color comes. And that has to do with, does have to do with dreams. Is it just the dream realm? Interesting. So this is like awakening. Okay. So your ascension amplifies the great awakening and like a big dream time awakening thing. And this sector is maintaining against that. So they're putting more binding and energy being dumped on you and generators and stuff. So counters. I mean, shit. That's quite a big, heavy load. So I don't really want to mess with that unless I'm um, incentivized to do that. But give you a hint. And you can see me in if you want to do a session, and then we can clear that and more things with Ascension Body and other things you want to work on. But I'll give you a hint to help you with that. Mm, yes. A lot of it is they're kind of resilient. So it's more about like releasing their blocks to their goodness shining out and antidote for evil. So you're making yourself a big trap for them entangling with you, and it's being sent through that until they release their need to do evil shit. So that I hope that helps. Okay, next one. My God, oof. Some people have some interesting things going on with them. Oof. Yeah. So we can all. Okay, and I'll also write that down. Factions that don't want you to ascend. Well, yep. That's why I got two some more things. Okay. Next is James again. If nobody out donates him at sonicleague@gmail.com, then he's gonna win the draw. And again, you can donate if you want a reading. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap up the show soon. Okay, this is to open up Okay, he wants to open up blockages. Thank you. Releasing blocks. Okay, I can do that quite a bit. I'll see what also amplifies more of that as well with what your intention is. One, two. The universe wants you to have the Joe cards. Wow. Okay. The two cards you got were cool, relatable cancer teens. And somehow this is going to help you with Ascension. Unrelenting genital punishment. So I've already guessed in the comments how that's going to help him with Ascension. Any answers are fine. Choke answers is fine. And I'll answer in a bit. Okay, so another block to release off you. You have this. Yes. Yes. Okay, dissension karma is another layer people can work on. Karma that's causing dissension. Not all karma does this, but karma blocks you in different ways. One, yeah, it goes back to Fall of Atlantis. Different version of you. Uh-huh. And this is representing ooh. Oh, interesting. I'm looking at it. Get poked in the eye a little. Version of you looks like interesting. How's that work? Is it okay? How about you have a dragon version of yourself? Fall of Atlantis. That hurt. That's on. Is it new? Okay, how? Feral. It's kind of feral. All dragons are intelligent, but it looks like it's cut off from lineages of learning from elders, as well remembering. Okay. And what kind of? So its main gear is suffering. So it looks like, there's these type of dragons that will be like dark dragons. Um, like, I guess you could say like Smog from Lord of the Rings, that are hate humanity and they're dishing out punishment, reigning over the lands and stuff. Mm, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like kind of wyvernish, like like four limbs, and it's fairly big. How do I say that? Yeah, maybe 50 feet tall or something. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's going out. Yeah, it's distributing suffering. Let's see, that's not. Let me look how that works. 90% of what it does is fine. It seems to be part of like a pathway in choice for a part of your incarnations. This seems to be a branch of you. It's not a direct line incarnations that branched off from you um, around the time of Lemurian fall, and then did incarnations of various types, and then into a dragon egg. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, it's mostly dishing out punishment to humans. Let's see. Yep. Wait, let me just make sure on that. Yes. It's pissed off. Its species is near extinct, and it can't find anymore. So that's its causation, and then the eggs were part of a spiritual process to put out retribution for that. So 90% of your punishment and suffering is not causing you karma, but there's something that did. Like one thing. Okay, there's one kingdom kind of place that looks like you're not supposed to fuck with. Uh, and you did. Anyway, let me see how obvious that was. Was something part of you saying not to? Why? Uh, yeah, it looks like you're just full of rage for. Let's see, did they do anything to you or your species? Okay, then why? Did you meet? Okay. There, you met another one of your species. Uh, looks like it was female too, so the opposite gender. So you had a hope, and then some humans killed it, and then you went on a big rampage, destroying 5 kingdoms. And like one of the kingdoms you weren't supposed to, but you were so enraged it didn't matter. So you is that Sunstone? I'd recommend sending back in time energy, amplifying. Okay, which one is it though? 1, 2, 3. It's the third one you destroy. Oh God, that's gonna take a lot. No. Is there any way to stop that? Okay, which one's the best? Okay, you might be able to protect the other dragon from being killed, which, and that would lower its aggression and it would probably stop killing things. Okay, and then we have to like send a lot of psychic messages that in order to do that, it's requiring influence. That it would need to stop. They both need to stay out of, stay pretty far away from humans to avoid being killed timelines, as well as it's part of the deal remedy. So I'll team up with you to amplify that timeline to make that so, and then they might be able to have dragon babies, which might have a lineage that continues, though that could be challenged later down the line, of course. Okay, so recommend that. It's a wyvern type, 4 limb, 2 feet, 2 wings, black. Hey, good to see you, Sarah. We're doing ascending stuff. Okay, so what is cool, relatable cancer teens? How's this going to help your ascending? As well, yeah, let me also tune into another thing for you in history, and then I'll kind of go through some concepts since you did the most donation. And again, people can donate sangley@gmail.com if they want a Ascension reading on how their pathway should unfold and to amplify it and everything else. Okay, so again, don't let this stop you from, it's what I'm allowed to see. So, let's see. For James, ooh, 1, 2. Okay, I'm seeing 5 ascensions you've gone through, 2 on 2 other planets, and 3 here. That's interesting. One early on in Earth's game. In some of her first immigrations here. 3rd immigration of spirits, it looks like. Another in early on as well, immigrations. A little after the infiltration of other places of war being brought to Earth is the other one. And your pathways, off planet, 1, 2. Ooh, different stuff you focused on each time. The first one, it's states of consciousness and enlightenment. See if any. Not quite like it's not quite nirvana, though. I'm sure that would help. No, it's not transcending. It looks like beyond being. Second one. It's it has to do with mind. Connecting to the one universal mind. Let's see, wait. Yep. Let me see the best way to describe that. Yeah. It's like beyond being, whatever you say that is, to that. And the other concepts of mind, compartmentalization, dissolving. Mind. Nice. Then on this one, this planet. One's to peace. True peace. Interesting. Whatever that means. I have a little bit of concepts on that I remember, but okay. Next. This one goes into knowingness. Anything else? What? Earth level omniscience, knowing. With that, yeah, the rest followed. Next one. Interesting. It's not. No. Oh yeah, I haven't asked too many the people what pathway they're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You kind of look like you're on the Bodhisattva thing too. But you can ask your internal self that, because not many people should. I don't like. It's kind of a burden, but some people, if they're at that level, like that's their next level that they have to face. But I don't like putting that on people. So you might be Bodhisattva. You can like look into it yourself. The rest looks like you can just focus on yourself. More so, yeah. Okay, so James, probably more so Bodhisattva. It's this one. No. What is that? Oh, okay. Oh. Transcending evil was your third one. Interesting. Nice. Okay. There's a lot of layers to those, but that's like a little bit of a remote map of what you've used before. If you wanted to do it again this life, say use what you learned from those, but that's still like gonna be like 1%. So what is it? Yeah, mostly gonna be something. Okay, two things mostly. Looks like transcending suffering, so you could definitely go through the Buddhist pathway. That's 90%. And suffering. There's yet another transcend. Okay, it's kind of like transcending an encompassment in the concept of war and battle with forces of like on the chessboard. It's like transcending the chessboard, I'd say, of opponent chessboard, where like everything's in unity. Peace, unity. So those are your two major pathways that look like. See, does that do it for your future time? That will get you there. That's pretty much most of the encompassment of the types of steps that you'd be going on. But yeah, you also want to go through the steps individually, and then it makes it go faster the more knowledge you have on each step. Okay. And then like we can look at the steps as an example. Oh yeah, I'll look at that first. Okay. You got like 120 steps around, give or take. Okay, so cool, relatable cancer teens. Points to cancer. You don't have cancer. It's mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So referring to that, no, different one. For you, this life added to you in targeting. It's targeting your soul, and it's cancer-like, isn't it? It's trying to spread and you're quarantining. One, it's like a descending evil kind of concept, and you mostly need to work on cure and the cancer death shrink down. And if you need help with that, you can reach me for a session. We can go into that. And then your other card, unrelenting genital punishment. I don't see anyone guessing about that in the comments, but whatever. It's fine. It's kind of funny. Points to punishment. Interesting. What having to do with punishment? Nope. Punishment for one. From who? Oh. Okay, it looks like at Lemuria Fall, you took a big wound, and soul parts were stolen with abilities, powerful abilities, and they're stolen by predators, and they're using them to abuse others. And so there's like a angel group that's putting a punishment on you until you retake your parts and are able to stop that responsibility of your stolen stuff being used to abuse others. Okay. So it goes into punishment that's being done to you already. Interesting. So I recommend resolving that. If you need help with that, feel free to contact me about that. How easy is that? Yeah, how many parts? Yeah, big one. Okay, I'll do that for you. I like you, and also because you might win the thing, so I'll get that part back for you. Zend eka dashike atasinge heka dasu fono su tuku dosumbe vehata shige ata O nohode siki ake atasa nashu via te suku toshun naki te hasingere haki amohoda sadashike veata su jene te sike te se ukuna sive jerer kin no tosoku tasana chikete hakataku ve te sinete de ka. Okay, I'm just going to do send motion for that. Let's see if anyone else donated, and then I may end the show soon. Okay, we got Karina with $11. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. We got a few people. Whoa. Just make sure on that. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess the show goes on. Okay, so David Farrow, thank you so much for the $111. Yeah, it looks like you might get the Ascension, the big Ascension clearing at the end of this with that. Oof. Okay, so David, yay. Gonna do a big reading for you. Thank you for that. Okay, let's see where we start with this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Space card and 2 joke cards. And he wants Ascension reading, psionic powers. Interesting. Yeah, I'll go on. Ooh, okay, I'll go into like a bunch of things with you. You said the magic orders, psionic powers. Okay. Ooh, you got an interesting card. See what that is. Okay. Yeah, and I guess people can stop donating because I do want to end the show eventually. But and I'll probably spend some time with this. I'm glad people like this. I was like, I don't know how much people like this stuff, um, but I'm now pleasantly surprised. So I'm glad. Is this really it? Okay, well, we're gonna figure out what this means. Um, so for David Farrow, your space card is Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation is helping you. We'll see what that means. Why you pulled that card. You got also, for some reason, the joke cards. Somehow they're going to help you with Ascension. Is something that's going to help you with Ascension is Child Protective Services and ass to mouth. So feel free to guess in the comments how that's going to help you with Ascension. I'm sure people will have really interesting guesses. I don't know which username is David Farrow. Feel free to say it's me in the comments and like YouTube comments or whatever. Thank you. Sean, I've had visitations of being a black dragon multiple times. That's cool. Nice. Love readings next showed healed blocks. Yeah. So you want love readings? Yeah. If you guys are interested in, I'll do a love show that releases blocks from people finding their love. I've been very successful in the past. It's like taking some people I do it on. They meet your love interest in a few weeks. It's really nice. It's really cool. Even if they're Mr. and Mrs. right now, people are totally fine with it. They seem to like them a lot, and it usually lasts years, if not still going, some of them. Okay. So David, let's go through a bunch of this. I'm allowed to see one of your ascensions, which seem to happen on this planet. Happened before the fall of Lemuria, so in the Lemurian times. How did it happen? Okay. That one looked like it happened mainly through truth. And your truth realization that helps a lot with that one anyway. That was at a higher dimension, but ooh, just got a big blast in my ear. Let's see who that is. This version of you is still around. It exists. A lot of them should, but sometimes they get wounded. So some people's ascended selves need to be restored in some way. So some people can actually help with that. But this one looks like it's still around. It's a good health. It went through the pathway of truth. It just gave me a bunch of stuff. It wants me to tell you. Interesting. It's saying it wants you to set up a place for ascending. Like it's going to be a place you return to over and over again that is going to be made amazing just by you meditating there over and over again. It makes it easier to get back into that state. It's like a big, like making a fortress, and it like changes the environment. A lot will happen there, and it's like setting up a perfect meditation space. It wants you to do that. Then it's like saying the freedom from the constraints of the physical body. It's like working on that. Are you applying this to your? Oh, it's from. It will apply to this ones as well. And then, what's that? Going in the within direction deeply, understanding your fixed goal. How would it describe that? Interesting. It's like a weird word. It's truth, but like you as the truth, and it's you could kind of say true self, but the self, it's beyond the self. So it's like beyond being, beyond self, kind of true center. What is you would be you in that state of ascended. God, the words limiting. but that seems to be what it is. Beyond self, whatever. You kind of know it's deep in. It's like that's your focus. Are you already so? It's kind of it's. I was gonna say being that, but like it is still beyond being, and it's already so cultivated. Interesting. Another thing I wanted to let you know. There's like a vision of shackles to this physical reality, or what's holding you down, and it's kind of like a safety mechanism too. And part of it's like releasing the fear of letting go of that, uh, because mostly the unknown. And if you be safe doing that, is what the fear is there for. And so it's like going through that process to let go of all those earthly attachments. Interesting. Earthly attachments. Hmm. Okay. So that's what that version of you wants you to know, but it wants you to connect with them more too. Uh, they are willing to talk with you, and they're aware of you, and they're helping the planet. They're doing a bunch of stuff. They're holding up stuff. Nice. I'm working on David Farrow right now, so I'll do going through the list. Uh, then James, then you, Karina. Okay. Another layer of the system. Let's see, what is this? I'm going to amplify one. I'm going to amplify your ascension body and help you integrate some soul parts from that other version of you to amplify your ascending psionic abilities, which can then add to like some other big things. Also help you transmute because you paid like over 100, so I'm gonna give you all this good stuff. Let's see what is. Okay, I'm going to help you detach from the dissension grid of Earth. That shouldn't be here. It just was added at fall of awareness. It's annoying. Help you detach from that and have you greater immunity to it. Then, okay. What's this? Okay, from your soul. How's this work? Interesting. One. Okay, what layer is this? 15th. 15th layer of the soul. For ascension. Okay, how's it doing? Nah, not very good. Yep. And now if that was cleared, okay, that would be neutral. I'm going to start a bit of a clearing process for your soul because of your donation. Thank you. And now what is this? Ah, it's like the fire. One. Anything else? Okay, cool. So it goes into the ascension density energy that you're building up. Now, is that all of that? Is what you need? And how does that work? Wow. Yeah, it works on increasing vibrational frequency to another dimension and density. Is what the energy buildup does. It's very sought after, highly stolen from. Okay, how's the condition of it? Did you have it before? Yes. It was stolen? And stolen fall of Lemuria. 3, 2, 1. In that asteroid in the Yucatan, looks like it has so generator. Stolen. How many people's stuff? Wow. Most had their generator stolen. No. Okay. It's trying to choke me now. So a lot of people's ascension energy generator is stolen by this predator system in the Yucatan meteorite. Fall of Lemuria. Okay. Yeah, that's a difficult one. 1, 2, 3. Since I like you and I appreciate your donation, I'm going to help you with this. It's going to take a while, though. I got to do a bunch of stuff for it. Yeah, it's still difficult. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's quite a thing. Okay. You gotta resolve it that way. That's gonna be a slow while, but I'm initiating that, and that may take some weeks to, because I gotta figure out that system. But I'm gonna get yours back too with it. I'm gonna try to make that easier on me anytime I do that for people. But my predator doesn't look nice. It's a big one. It's still a bunch of ascension generators. But yeah, if anyone wants that done for them, I'll help you. Just make a session with me at like sonicallyget.com. Okay. So there's that. Then Okay. I'll look at your cards and then I'll see if I have anything else with that. Galactic Federation. Okay, yeah. So the light force of what, whatever they want to call it, that's like the big light force governing body kind of thing throughout this galaxy. They do seem to be working with you. You have history with them. You have a version of yourself that worked with them. Goal. 1, 2. Looks like you have interaction with time abilities, and there's like a big temporal predator problem on Earth that you're geared in solving. Oh, I can feel it. And it's fucking with the Galactic Federation, so you're involved in resolving that. Do with Atlantis Fall. Anyway, so why is that going to help you with Ascension? Okay, there's different kind of dimensional versions of like light governance kind of thing in the galaxy that like link together. And you're linked to that too. I'm not allowed to see the other times if you've ascended, so don't let my number stop you. How many? Doesn't want me to even look at that. What? Okay, so there's like a process of ascension you're going through here, and you can do it this life, and there's a lot of support. Maybe like a whole soul family cluster of multiple dimensions from third to ninth that are helping you, and you can connect with them and communicate. They'll feed you knowledge on your pathway, and definitely journal about it because there's a lot of knowledge waiting for you to integrate. 1, 2. They mostly want to telepathically communicate with you on this stuff, but they're influencing your thoughts, so they can do that, especially when you're open to it. But they want you to communicate with them, and then they got a bunch of pointers for you, especially some of the higher dimensional guides, and the ones that there's really good ones that are expert in what is needed in ascending now on Earth during this time period. Okay. No, they're not. Yeah, you'll have to connect them a little bit more. I'll try to do that. Then So yeah, that should, yeah, you want to set that up and be open to their contact and cultivate that meditation, being open to contact. Now, this other one is what? Hmm. Plus, I want you to gain different protection abilities, mostly like Fortress, Destruction, and Uncreation is your teeth. Um, it seems to increase your level of density and your ability to cultivate energy, so that you're safe enough to go within deeper. Ass to mouth. It points to your mouth. Breath work. There's like a thing you. Okay, what's that? Anything else? It's like you want to do breath work exercises where you slowly inhale and deep breathing to where you're breathing in the components that you need to get to the level in Ascension, like automatically, and like believing and having faith in yourself to breathe it in cultivation, like you have what you need, kind of thing, more and more as you breathe. Okay, and you can have faith in that, and you don't have to know every aspect of that. It looks like. Now, in the timeline that you're more successful, yep, exists or ascended. Uh-huh. Looks like you got 54 steps to go through, and anything else? Yeah, Ascension. Yep. And repair of your soul. Anything else? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like that's common with people. They need to do. Interesting. Your next step. I got a message. Who sent it? One, two, three. And that time predator doesn't like you. I can help you with that later if you want. Just set up a session with me. That one's kind of a pain in the ass. It's a big one. But what's this? Nope, 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 nope. It has to do with you. Your source. Wants you to it's like He wants you to already I am your source while centering in your heart. It's like a river of supply of abundance and getting things out of the way kind of thing. And breathing it in as truth and letting it unfold in the focus and in translating, and it'll bring in new awarenesses and enlightenment that will automatically step you up quite a bit on that pathway. So cool. Anyway, so that was your message you got. Then yeah, some good shit. Cool. Okay, so yeah, hope you like that one. It's powerful. You did more consistent meditation in that point. You did reach ascension. Yeah, a lot of it's in the truth thing. Okay, so we got from James Marlowe. Thank you for donating 22.22. Ascension show. Yeah, feel free to let me know if you want anything in particular. I'm gonna just go into what I read off you. Thank you, James. Appreciate you. 1, 2. Yeah. Wants 2 past life cards for you. Ooh. Okay. Your cards are Asia and High Priest or Priestess. Well, feel free to guess what you think that means in the comments, and I'll go deeper into it. Don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, okay. I'll check 1 second the stream on that point real quick. Yeah, there's not that many viewers on the other stuff. That's fine. Okay. So what I'm reading on you will release. Yep. A negative darkness in your darkness body causing dissension. So I'm going to release that off you. I don't know if you're in the comments. Feel free to comment if you are. But I'll start a releasing process off that for you. Zarara sujam eu criaturam ederecu jejurosu Okay, so next, let's see what we got for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got a bunch that I'm allowed to see. You got like 15 times you ascended that I'm allowed to see. There are on other planets though. I'm not allowed. If you did it here, I'm not allowed to see it. Okay. Okay, so on one planet you did it once, and another planet you did it 14 times. The 14 times because it needed a lot of support, so you made a bunch of versions of yourself there to support it. They're still there. They might not be doing too well. What's going on with that planet? Is that okay? This is. Do I know about this? No. In this galaxy. Okay, and is that what level? Looks like that planet got destroyed. It's like a big weapon of some type. That sucks. Okay, how'd that? Anything to do there? You can do stuff from here. That's cool. Okay, plant. Send it on. Some doing well. Some not. Some destroyed. And then, okay, what's that in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's not that bad. Okay, good. So the ascended versions of you might. Okay, how bad are they? They did take wounds. Looks like they're in a coma. Ascended selves in a coma. So you did a bunch of things for that planet to try to stop what was going down on it. but still, it looks like it got really destroyed, and that affected the version of herself there, where they're in a coma. Whew, getting a lot of heaviness from that. Whew, that brings back some memories. So it looks like if you help those versions of yourself, that can resolve a lot. That can help you in ascending too. 1, 2, 3, to wholeness. Yes. So it would be about going back in time, preventing as much wounding as you can, wholeness, so getting parts and pieces back that might be scattered or distributed. Can you stop that? No. They'll probably still end up in a coma with what's going on. So then you'd have to heal, repair their entire being, and then once they're all, nice and restored, you start a process of awakening. Yeah, and you got like 14 selves to do that in. And you got that other planet, that version of you that ascended is doing fine. It's just not aware of you. Yeah, you'll have to contact it. Wow, it's a big thing. That okay, so your pathways that you use there. On the one planet, you had one. You transcended evil. And then on the one you did 14 things on, you did one thing multiple times. What's that? It goes into the route of knowingness, psionics, and magic, and bringing it out there and gaining the capabilities and understanding it. So a lot of mechanics you gaining awareness about. And it was your attempt to help that place. So you have soul family there. You like the place. It's rare, got some cool stuff a lot of beings want. And it's got a homey feel. You've earned a lot of authority there. And there's soul family that can't leave. So they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place being there. And so you really wanted to help them. Okay. A lot of emotions with this one. Okay. In the timeline where you ascend this time, this life, it also wants you to go on the pathway of truth. So I'm finding that a lot with themes people should use this time. You've done a lot. Like 35 steps you have, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 other things. Yes. Yeah, heal your soul, dissension body, restore spirit. What's that? It's like restore your galactic self. It's like a galaxy overlay with a galaxy. Looks like it took a big hit at Fall of Atlantis. So you need to restore that. Okay, cool. Whew. Emotions, man. Heavy. Okay. I'm gonna go on to Karina, and then I'm gonna end the show. Oh my God, 3 hours. Can't just keep doing that. Okay, Karina. Oh yeah, and you had Asia, so it was like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like you did a Buddha kind of pathway in Asia, by the way, for your card, James. I want you to be and remember that incarnation and integrate into you. It will make things faster and easier. High Priestess one. Yeah, so you got like lives that have a bunch of the equation for stuff. This one goes as far. Where the hell is that? I'm looking at a map real quick. Map time. Interesting. It's like some Denmark area. It's like around here. Interesting. Going into a magic user, the equation it has Yeah, it goes into magic, psionics, and knowing, amplification that will help your process in integrating that self being, integrating from bleed overs from your soul parts, and things to gear towards helping you ascend. And then there's like a incantation you can do in light language and intention that's amplified your words plus a mental state that you can do before meditation to amplify your process and success that you gain from that lifetime. All right. Good, Karina. Thank you for the $11. See what I got for you. You got a card. Nope. One, two. Somewhere hiding. Interesting. Okay, there we go. Okay. Your card is that somehow will help you with Ascension is an all-new Nissan Pathfinder with 0.9% APR financing. Okay, somehow that's going to help you. We'll see what that goes into. Now, I'm going to also help you with releasing 1,000,000 binding chains off you that are anchoring you to like parasitic descending beings. And I'll look into something for you. One, two, 10 that I'm allowed to see ascend times of you ascending. I'm not allowed to see on this planet. I'm seeing them on other planets. One planet. 10 times on one planet. Interesting. How are they doing? They're doing well. They don't know about you. You'll have to contact them. But they'll support you. They still exist. Planet's okay. One, two, three. Looks like it's been going through some successful ascending, that planet. That's good. One pathway you use there. I'm just making sure on this. Seems like a planetary-sized omniscience, like I said before, with earthly omniscience. So In the path of knowing, oracle, knowing, omniscience, and understanding for the whole planet. You can go down that pathway, though I read if you were to do it this time, it's not exactly going to help you fully because there's a lot of blocks. But if you were to do it this time, I'd recommend uh, it recommends the pathway of love for your enlightenment this lifetime. If you were to do it successfully here. So yeah, that's good. So your love's your pathway that's most successful. Okay, but also remember you did the knowingness way. Now your Nissan Pathfinder, it's pointing to Pathfinder. Interesting. Why am I getting attacked right now? Okay, it does have to do with you. Interesting. And it wants to. There's like a Pathfinder concept, like GPS in your heart, and it's kind of a vision questing thing, and in the pathways of love. So you can do it while meditating and amplifying your love, and then going into vision down a pathway recommends. Like there's going to be a pulling direction too. One and understanding a bunch of your destinations. How can I describe that for you? Anything else? So it goes kind of along with the staircases. Each staircase is like a goal destination. You're going to kind of feel into it and translate it. Like for one, I'm like feeling into one that's like a pulling destination in the vision quest. The truth about yourself in relation to the universe. Anything else? So that's an example of like the translation of the thing you focus on. It wants you to focus on, and then it wants you to unpack that, and then it come into your knowingness. So with truth and love is amplified unpacking. Anything else? all in the heart too. I'm not allowed to look at that. Okay, so you're gonna have to read that yourself. And the attack is coming from attachment of like predators coming at your source. It's okay. We can resolve it later in our session and stuff. But yeah, I hope that helps. That's the thing, and they don't want you to ascend because it looks like you get rid of a lot of things as you go through these steps and these pathways that attach to you automatically, and they're threatened by it. Okay, so I hope that helps. Sending stuff for the releasing of the binding. Yeah, so I'm just gonna check everything real quick, but I think I'll end the show. Damn it, Casey, you sent me a. Okay, I'll do a thing for you, Casey. No more donations, anyone. Thank you, Casey, for the $22. Appreciate you. Ascension pathway pointers appreciated. Yeah, sure, I got you. No problem. I get it, because I just kind of want to leave, but it's fine. I'll do your thing. Okay, let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3. It wants you one past life card and your one is baby. I wonder what that is. Is that right? Yep. And then a star card. Okay. What we got here? Psychic abilities. Your card. You have many telepathic and psychic abilities since your contact. I'll look into why that. Explain that. Okay, so I'm gonna release off you Ascension prisms. Oh my God. You got more than most people. Ooh, you got a lot more. You're like trillions. Okay, I'm gonna release that off you. Big thing with that. Interesting. Okay, then we're gonna look into your history and what's going on there. Damn. Okay, what I'm allowed to see with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've done this a lot. 4. You have 31 times you've ascended that I'm allowed to see. 4, don't let any of this limit and stuff. 4 on this planet, and the rest on 3 other planets. Mostly 1 planet. With others, you got 1 on each of the other planets. So 3 planets other than this, 2 just 1 for each, and then let's see. So that's like 6 minus 31. 25 times on another planet. Ooh. Why? How are they doing? Ooh. 1. And Okay, so it's similar to the other person that this planet you ascended on 25 times, and that was in a pathway of state of consciousness, enlightenment, and beyond being is how you did that one 25 times. Um, those versions of yourself still exist, but they're not doing well. They are also in a coma. Because that planet was destroyed. And you set up that many versions of yourself there ascended so that it would help the planet because you have a big investment there and you're protecting a rare bunch of things that anything that knows that they exist, they would want to steal them, which ended up happening. And then the planet got destroyed. So you'll want to restore those versions of you, go back in time and prevent as much damage as possible, wholeness, repair, healing, and then awakening for 25 versions of you. Okay, and then they'll help you with this life. The other two planets as well are also have been destroyed, so you'll need to do that too. That sucks. Okay. Now over here, let's see. On one of the planets you did transcending suffering, and the other one you did love. On this planet, the four times. One, two, three, four. Did the same method. Four times, which went with the method of state of consciousness, enlightenment, beyond being as well. Okay, so you master a method, and they happen around early on, like in the first immigration, fifth immigration of spirits to Earth, when she's, after becoming a planet. And a bunch like of those immigrations after. So early on, you did these. Let's see, how are they doing? Okay, they're also in a coma. So a bunch of your versions of you that have been in, pretty much all the versions of you that have gain enlightenment or, ascended or whatever, if they, besides dimensional versions that already existed in that frequency that like rise up, they're in a coma. So you need to heal those two. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there'll be emotion you'll be feeling with that, and wounds to heal. Okay. So now the pathway they recommends on this time. No. Okay. It wants you to find whatever true peace is, which is 90% of it, and then 10% is the love pathway. So those seem to be an encompassment of a lot of what's calling you in your pathway. True peace is within, but you'll want to go down that journey because not a lot of people have been able to put it into words super easily, but you can kind of imagine what true peace is. Then yeah, healing your soul, resolving your soul, the dissension, taking care of the things descending, like pulls down and that are pulling you down, and then also it's like around 103 steps with the Ascension staircase. Each step, different thing. Let's see what your next step is. It's like the path of an exorcist abilities. So it's being able to resolve entities from being in your space, so it feels highly safe, and it maintaining itself and emitting off you as a constant protection. Okay, so that's one of the steps to master in elevating. But yeah, you can go through all that. Now the baby thing. It wants you to take care of inner child stuff and clear all the wounds, so it's nice and pure. It seems to be an amplifier for your ascension. Yeah, well, so that seems to be one of the steps on the staircase that whenever. Now, psionic abilities. It wants you to amplify knowingness and truth in the heart. There's some cool abilities in the solar plexus as well for it, which will make the enlightenment process in the meditation faster and easier in going down the pathway and translating what your next step is one after another, more and more. Yeah, so I hope that helps. And you can contact me later if you want help with those versions of you or whatever else you want to go into. Yeah, sorry you're dealing with that. That's quite a heavy emotional thing. I'm feeling with you. I feel you. Loss. Yeah, so yeah, the entities that would not want you to ascend. So yeah, definitely a bunch of things. 1, 2, 3. I recommend with exorcism master like emissions in you that I need an advanced one. Advancing your capture ability. Saying light domination. So it wants you to build an army through everything that keeps coming at you until the army's bigger than anything that comes at you. And then you can send, yeah, it wants you to send those after the things that keep trying to send waves of shit after you. Then, yeah, I recommend doing that through the quarantine realms. Then, what's this? Yeah, it's wanting me to show you advanced things. Yeah, I don't usually talk about this. Are these stuff with exorcisms? Because it's not like super pretty. The concept is called different things, but it's like where quarantine realms you're friends with, and they drag things down into quarantine realms. Or, like if you've ever seen a show or movie where a gate opens up and it sucks the being into hell kind of thing. Yeah, it wants you to learn stuff like that. And you can do that for sure with who you are. Anyway, so there's that, and you can talk to me again if you want more details on that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna end the show. My God, 3 hours. Anyway, so happy ascending for everyone. Hope that helps with everyone. God, I'm gonna relax and heal and all that. And feel into the greatness that we did here today. Thank you everyone for being a part of it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for donations. It's going to help with alien artifacts that we're going to go deep into. This is this baby that has been helping us with our DNA upgrades. So yeah, and I'll update you more on that thing. So you can reach me for sessions, consultations, clearing, healings, depossession, teaching abilities, exorcism, abundance unlocking, help amplify your ascension, releasing the blocks and all that, and the anchors that keep you from growing, becoming stronger and more powerful. Sonicleague.com. You can reach me at sonicleague at gmail.com with trip inquiry if you're interested in the trips coming up. Though we're pretty much out of seats, so you'd be but you can act fast because we haven't locked in everyone if you are adamant about coming. Yeah, to Mexico, end of October to the beginning of November. A lot of carnivals, butterflies are breeding out, and there's alien artifacts. There's going to be alien contact, hotspot places, hot springs, place of power, pyramids all over. Once in a lifetime opportunity. So send us trip inquiry if you're interested in that before it's too late. But yeah, you still have some time. Do recommend it though, and if even if you are late, we'll have more Mexican trips in the future, so we'll just refer you to that one if we run out of seats. Then, yeah, you can also come to the Full Disclosure Now conference, the Full Disclosure Movement.org for tickets. There's a description. There's a code you can get a discount on there, and it helps me out as well, so I recommend that. And also we'll be doing like alien contact stuff and big upgrades for the audits. We're gonna do a huge upgrade. We did a huge upgrade for people in Sedona too, so we're gonna even try to top that if we can. Then also, I believe, doing a telepathy course in Alien Event, which also has a link below, in Las Vegas in September. So July is the Full Disclosure one, and September is the Alien Event one. And so either meet me at either one, come hang out, let's become friends. And yeah, you show some love in the comments if you want to see more of this stuff, and any suggestions for future shows as well. If you want to have me on for interviews or shows, or invite me to a conference, yeah, just message me as well, email. Then my head, I'm flying. Jeez. What? Anything else? Got it. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good with saying all that. Yeah, smash that like, subscribe for more content. Share this with 5 friends. Share this with people that like Ascension. Share this with people that are spiritual. Help them grow. This is stuff that barely anyone talks about and doesn't talk about that well either. So this should help a lot of people. And yeah, so more people getting this out that know this stuff can help the planet, and we can all ascend at a higher and higher, faster and faster pace, which will be wonderful. Everything getting better is what I want to see. So get this out there, please, and yeah, let me know how you think of things. Love you all. Have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are. See you later. Happy ascending.